Having a conversation is a wonderful way to make friends and practice a language, your own or a new one. This also applies to Portuguese. When you arrive in Portugal, you may feel like starting a conversation and making friends right away, but it's better to wait a while longer in case customs officials will find your excessive friendliness suspicious and you'll end up having to explain in detail the entire content of your suitcase. A great way to start a conversation in European Portuguese is with a olá. If that doesn't sound friendly enough, why not try to take your conversation starting skills to the next level? Just approach any Portuguese person and say olá, chamo-me, insert your name here, e sou, insert your nationality here. Podemos começar uma conversa? This can motivate several replies. The first and more desirable will be: claro que sim, adoro conversas. Vamos começar a conversar imediatamente. But there are other possible answers. For example, the person can say não obrigado or por favor não, or perhaps they won't say anything and will just stare at you. With any of these, you should give up any hopes to start a conversation with that person and move on to the next person in the taxi line. If the person you wish to start a conversation with starts using their phone without saying anything, don't react immediately. First, you must see what their intentions are. Perhaps they are delighted by the prospect of starting a conversation with you and are just calling more friends to share the fun. Or maybe they're calling the police. If that's the case, you should say desculpe, foi engano, and move away, especially if you have already paid for your hotel in full. After a conversation has been successfully initiated, the participants should agree on a topic. There are lots of topics that will allow for productive conversations. Here is a short list of topics that science has proven repeatedly are the best. The weather, say, o dia está lindo hoje, or acho que vai chover. Food and drink, say, acho que o bacalhau é o melhor alimento do universo, or não acredito que os pastéis de nata sejam feitos de pessoas. Sports and recreation, say, aquele Cristiano Ronaldo, hein? Que tipo fantástico. Or, estamos outra vez em seca, ou este campo de golfe tem demasiados bancos de areia. Hobbies, say, adoro taxidermia, porque animais mortos são mais adoráveis do que animais vivos. Or, tenho uma enorme coleção de facas, mas infelizmente não pude trazê-las no avião. You can also, of course, come up with your own conversation topics. Try to stay cheerful and avoid sensitive fields like politics, religion, and effectiveness of chicken soup as a medical treatment. Because all good things must come to an end, your conversation can't last forever. When you have conversated enough, there are several ways to let the other person know that the conversation must end. You could say, obrigado por esta conversa, or o tempo que tenho disponível para conversar terminou. If you enjoyed your conversation, don't forget to let the other person know with esta conversa foi muito agradável, and to indicate the possibility that other similar conversations will happen in the future with podemos encontrar-nos amanhã à mesma hora para termos uma conversa de conteúdo e duração semelhantes aos da conversa que agora termina. Avoid trying to pay for the conversation. If paying for conversations is something you enjoy, please visit italki and book a conversation session with me by following the link in the description. If you didn't enjoy the conversation, be polite and mindful of the other person's feelings. You may feel tempted to say, esta foi, sem dúvida, uma das 7 piores conversas da minha vida, but try not to. Por favor, subscrevam o canal, façam um like e ajudem-me a alimentar este ornitorrinco. Também dou aulas no italki e vendo material para aprender português. Os links estão na descrição. Não querem que o bicho passe fome, pois não?